it's good to see you again.
Thank you. Good to see you as well.
Haven't seen you in a while. So explain, a lot of people want to know the difference between, you're a medium, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'm a large. What's the difference between a medium and a psychic?
Well, think about a doctor and a surgeon. You have to be a doctor before you're a surgeon. So a medium has to be a psychic before they could be actually a medium. So being a medium is like being a specialist of being a psychic. A psychic has the ability to connect with what's going on now in your life, what's coming up for you, validate things in the past. A medium acts as a conduit or a bridge to the other side.
Can all psychics then, so not all psychics go on to become mediums?
Correct.
So they're kind of just able to specialize in that?
Correct.
And then can you learn to all of a sudden?
Well, I think all psychics have the ability to connect with energies on the other side. Like everybody has the ability to connect with our family and friends who've passed. But then there are mediums, and mediums that's what their specialty is.
Mm-hmm. What happens when somebody all of a sudden in their life, like my mother is having like all of a sudden this synchronicity where she feels something or thinks something, and literally the next day somebody will call her that hasn't, or a word. Well, what does that mean?
She's having a precognitive experience where she's either possibly dreaming these things in advance, and when they're happening, she's recognizing that, or she's becoming more in tune with the energies that are around her.
Like that can happen later in life. You
Absolutely.
all of a sudden can get this.
It can happen in moments. Like if there's any type of crisis that are happening around people, or if people are having emotional situations, or if there's somebody who's going through something, sometimes a heightened awareness will kick in. And then if you look at something astrologically, there might be something astrological that's happening in your chart that would also trigger what might make that like a highlighted moment.
And how is this show? First of all, explain this show. It's called.
It's John Edward Cross Country.
Cross Country. And how is this different than crossing over? What's the difference?
Well, the difference is crossing over was in a studio like this. I would read people, and then I would leave. And the producers would talk to the folks after the fact and say, hey, what did that mean? In this, I'm constantly like lecturing. I'm on the road a lot doing this type of work all over the country. So the cameras are following me in those venues, and then they're following up with the people. I'm following up with the people that have been read. I'm going home with them. So it's much more intimate. It's very personal. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you did, first of all, and how does this, explain how you, what this looks like to you when you get these thoughts.
I am, like right now, the show's being broadcast out to TVs all over the place. And basically, I'm the television, and the other side broadcasts its signal to me. And then I see, hear, and feel the information, and it plays what's called clairvoyance, clairaudience, and clairsentience. And I just interpret what it is that I'm seeing, hearing, and feeling. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it wrong. But I always tell people I'm getting it, so pay attention to what's coming through.
So there could be a lot of different people talking to you at once, and you have to just go, hold, please?
Yeah. Kind of. It's like the loudest energy gets through. I always feel like whether there's 5 people in a room or 12,000 people in a room, those who are supposed to get the message, their family will kind of step forward and make sure it happens.
What if the person is really shy and it doesn't talk loud enough?
That actually could be a problem. I tell people their personalities very, are stage true to form. So somebody who's shy in life, it might be a little bit, they might be more reticent on the other side. They might take a back seat to somebody who's not so shy.
All right. So you talked to the audience earlier. You did a reading. So let's see the clip of you talking to the audience earlier.
I want to come up into this section first. The lady with the blue on the jacket on the end. The first thing I'm going to tell you is I don't know if it's your father who's passed, but I've got a father figure who wants to come through. Now, would your father be connected to one of them as well? Like, is he connected to her as well?
We're sisters.
Okay, but the lady in the turquoise jacket, he's your mother?
Yeah.
So he's married to her?
Yes.
Okay. Twice?
No.
He's telling me to talk about the second marriage.
Not you.
He's telling me to talk about the second marriage.
Me.
Since Dad passed, are you married twice?
Yes.
He's making me feel like he's got the dog with him as well. So he wants to know that the dog is coming through with him. Here's the deal. Your dad is making me feel like it's important that you know that he's here. He's acknowledging the second marriage. There's an Ellen or Helen name that they want me to bring up.
Whoa. Her name's Helen.
Helen, okay. And your husband is telling me to tell you white flower. White flower to me means happy birthday or congratulations. So whose birthday's now?
Next birthday.
Next week's your birthday? Happy birthday from your husband, okay?
Wow, that's amazing. So, and Helen, and what are your names?
Cindy.
Dawn.
Hi. And that's a complete surprise. You didn't know John would be here?
No.
And all that stuff made sense to you?
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
And it's your birthday? Mm-hmm. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
What a present that was, huh?
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Wow. That's incredible. I wish we had more time, and I would love to. Last time you were here, we hung out a little afterwards, and you really are the real deal. I mean, you had some amazing things to say.
Thank you.
Which so I'm happy for you. I'm happy you're doing it again, and I think it makes people feel good to know that they're still here and they're still with you and trying to get through. So let that be a lesson. If you're shy, start amping it up because you got to get through.